Hello and welcome to this special Adobe Express lesson for World Book Day. And today we're going to create a wanted poster for a famous book villain. So to start with, you need to choose your book villain. I'm going for the wolf from Little Red Riding Hood. So from the home page of Adobe Express, we're going to go up to the top left and we're going to press the plus button. And we're going to add a new project and I'm going to choose landscape. So here we go. We've got our blank canvas here. Just going to press the little X up here to get rid of this sidebar. Now for today's activity, we're just going to use two tools. Today we're going to use text and we're going to use elements. The text is for our writing and then elements is for our pictures. So to start with, I want to get a nice picture of a wolf. So I'm going to go and press on elements and I'm going to press in the search. I'm going to type in wolf and see what comes up. And we can see we've got lots of different ones. We've got design assets. So these are sort of cut out pictures. And we've got backgrounds, which we don't want. So I'm going to go into design assets and I can press design assets at the top here. And I can find an image that I think will work for my wanted poster. This one looks pretty good, pretty scary looking wolf. So I'm going to click on this image. Now I can move it wherever I want by clicking and dragging. So that's clicking the mouse button down, holding the mouse button, and I can move my image. And to increase the size or to make it bigger, I can grab one of these circles in the corner and I can hold my mouse button down and I can pull the picture out till I get it a size that I like. I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to add some text. So on the left hand side here, we're going to press where it says text. And at the top, there's a big blue button that says add your text. And that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to press add your text. Now, I want to use capital letters here. So I'm going to hold down the shift key. And I actually want all capitals for the word wanted. So I'm going to hold down the shift key, still holding it down. Type in wanted. There we go. I can use this move tool and I can move my text. I can actually just drag it anywhere I like that. And I can make the text bigger again with one of these circles and I click and drag. So I hold the mouse button down. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add my text again, add a new text box, and I'm going to type in the word wolf, all in capital letters. So I'm going to hold the shift key. So this is looking pretty good. Now my third text box and my last text box is going to be some of the information about the wolf. Things like where it was last seen and the crime it committed. And you can use your handout to help you with this information. So I'm going to press add your text over here and we'll do the first one together. So I'm going to do a capital C. So I'm going to hold down shift, press the C, crime. Now I'm going to do a colon. So there's a key on the keyboard next to the L. And if you hold shift and press colon and then a finger space with the space bar, we're going to say the crime is breaking into homes because, of course, the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood breaks into the grandmother's house. So the next thing is I want to start a new line for my next bit of information. So to start a new line, there's another key on the keyboard I'm going to use today, and that's the enter key, which is the big chunky button. So if I press that once, there we go. I start a new line and then I can start adding my next bit of information. So there we go. I've added my information. Again, I can make the text box smaller by clicking and dragging this little circle here. And that's looking pretty good. Now we're just going to play with the design of this. I'm going to add a background. So I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to go to backgrounds at the top here. And I'm going to make a search. And I'm actually just going to type in the word old because I want it to look like an old wanted poster, like from the Wild West. So I can just click through these different options until I find one that I like. That looks quite good. Just play around until you find one you think that looks suitable. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go with that. Now what I want to do is add a couple of little elements just to make it look a bit more interesting. So I'm on elements. I'm going to go to design assets this time. And I'm going to type in paw and I'm going to see if I can find a paw print. So a bit like a fingerprint that you might have for a criminal, we might have the wolf's paw print. So here we go. I think this first one looks pretty good. So I'm just going to click it and you'll see it will add to my page. I can resize it, which we've learned about, and I can move it, which we've learned about. There we go. I'm also just going to add a little stamp onto my work because I think it might be nice to have a little stamp as though it's been stamped by the sheriff's office or something. Here, this one looks pretty good. So I'm going to click it. Again, I'm going to resize it, which we've learned all about, and I'm going to move it. So there we go. I think this is looking really good now. Now, what we want to do though is choose the font. So the font is the style of the writing, the way that it looks. So to do this, you simply click on it and then you'll be able to change the font and choose one that you really like. So I'm going to click here where it says wanted, and over on the side here it says Source Sans 3. So that's the name of the font, which is the way that this writing looks. And you can change that. If you press the little drop down arrow, you've got lots of other options. So this is quite nice. Nice sort of big chunky writing for our wanted poster to really draw the viewer's attention. And the same for Wolf. If I want to change the font of where it says Wolf, I click it. And then I can just choose a different one. Maybe this is quite nice. And I can do the same for my text down here. So there we go. I think that's looking really good. We've got wanted wolf. We have some information for our wanted poster. We've got some pictures and some other little elements. So there we go. We've completed our wanted poster for a famous book villain. And now it's your turn to have a go at making your own wanted poster.